Hey playa, as we come to the end of 2019, overall I'd say it's been a pretty good year for this channel. First off, we hit 150,000 subscribers, which I think is an awesome milestone to make. That means there's more than 150,000 of you out there wanting to learn and grow. Next, my book Embracing the Awkward, which came out last year, has sold well over 1,000 copies. That means there are 1,000 or more of you out there reading about my childhood, things I went through, the struggles I had, and learning for yourself how to navigate those challenges. Plus, overall, we've built an amazing community over on Discord that just keeps growing day by day. We're nearly at 300 members. Those are people that want to communicate with each other, that are working towards being their best selves, and looking for other people to socialize with, to interact with, to bounce ideas off of. And it's a great place just to make friends. Not to mention the fact that I've been taking Patreon way more serious this year. Sitting down and talking to you guys every single month, one-on-one through video chat, has been an amazing experience for my growth and for yours. So if that's something you're interested in doing, talking to me one-on-one, Patreon is the best way to do that. But on top of all of that, I do want to say this. Over this last year, I think I've produced some videos that have been really helpful for you guys. And I wanted to walk you through the top 10 advice videos that I've put out this year so that you can reflect on them. If you missed them, you can watch them over and you can get yourself prepared for 2020. Let's do this. Now, for those of you that are new here, my name is Josh, and every single week I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. So if you want to learn and grow, hit the subscribe button and make sure to click on the notification bell. Starting off at number 10 here, I think this is where a lot of people tend to struggle. That initial interaction with their crush. People don't really know how to talk to their crush for the first time, so I put together this video breaking down how to do it right. You want to be social with someone that you're less intimidated with just to get things going, just to feel warmed up. In doing that, it'll make it easier for you to just get into the flow of having a conversation. You'll feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more at ease knowing that you've been social with someone. So once you've kind of broken that ice and asked someone questions and talked to them, talking to your crush will seem a little bit easier. Coming in at number 9, have you ever struggled to maintain a friendship with your crush when you really had feelings for them? Sometimes it's the hardest thing you can do because you feel like you're pretending to be their friend when deep down you have these feelings that you just want to put out there into the world. How do you manage that? Well, this video explains exactly what to do. You're probably better off not being friends with them, focusing on other people, letting your friendship with them start to dwindle and start to fade in the background, not prioritizing them in your lives, because the more that you do, the more you're going to long for them. So you need to start pulling away slowly so that you can start to develop on your own. Coming in at number 8 on the list might be something you don't want to face head on, but it's important to actually ask this question. Why does your crush like someone else and not you? What are you doing wrong? Or better yet, what can you do right to win over your crush? This video tells you how. It's totally possible that your crush might be in a situation where multiple people like them, but they're just kind of waiting for the right person to step up, to be confident, and to ask them out. Don't allow other people to take your opportunity. If you really like your crush, if you really want to be with them, then you have to seize the moment. You need to start acting. You need to start taking those small steps by talking to them, getting to know them better, and asking them to hang out. Video number 7 on this list is actually the flip side, because in this video, someone wants to pursue you. Someone likes you, and you want to let them down easily while you guys can still be friends, but you don't want to do it in a mean way. It's a complicated situation, but this is how to reject someone nicely. I think the first step is to kind of focus on being honest. The last thing you want to do is lead them on, is to give them mixed signals, is to make them think there's a chance when you know outright that there isn't. But what does honesty look like without being mean, without saying something like, I don't like you, leave me alone? Well, instead you might want to phrase it like this. Sorry about that. Video number 6 tackles exactly that challenge. Thinking about your crush all the time. What does it mean? Should you pursue them? Should you not pursue them? Why are you thinking about them? These are my honest thoughts. If it was a romantic dream, maybe you want to ask them to hang out and get to know them better and see if you can develop something with them now. If it was just a fun dream that they just kind of were a character there, you might want to ask them to hang out as a friend, to just spend more time getting to know them. You lose nothing from reaching out to them and building a better connection, especially since they're on your mind. Coming in at number 5 on this list, tell me if this sounds familiar. Cool. Yep. LOL. Haha. Awesome. Nice. Those one-word answers can really get under your skin. First off, because they don't really give you much to work with when talking to someone that you like. And second, how do you respond to them? Well, this video tells you exactly what to do. If you're starting the conversation with something very basic like, hey, what's up, how's it going, and you're hoping that your crush is going to fill in the gaps there, what you're basically doing is passing the ball over to them. You're not actually starting the conversation because the real response that has to be given has to come from them. Meaning, by you saying something like, what's up, now they have to formulate what's going on. They have to come up with something to talk about. So you haven't really started anything, you just passed it along. Quick question, what did you get on your last exam? Were you happy with your grade? Because video number 4 breaks down how to get better grades fast. If you're someone that's struggling to get better grades so you don't get kicked out of school or your parents don't get angry at you for failing, that video is the one you need to watch. Another resource might be your teacher. Simply walking up to your teacher at the end of class and letting them know that you're struggling with the materials that you're studying is going to do 2 things. One, it's going to allow them to be a little bit more sympathetic towards you. They're going to realize that you're trying your best here and they may not be as harsh in grading you. And then 2, they may have access to resources that you didn't even know about. They may tutor you themselves, they may know about tutor groups, or they can recommend a tutor that can really help you. Video number 3 is one I didn't expect to get so much engagement from you guys. Who knew that so many of you had celebrity crushes that you wanted to get closer to? So you've already sent them DMs, you've already joined their live streams and commented on their pictures. Why won't they notice you, senpai? Well, in this video, I break down the sly way to get into their inbox, to get them to pay attention to you, and to finally get a response back from them. So right before we get to the DM thing, what you're going to want to do is to set up a scenario that could potentially lead to you getting a response to them through DM. Now, a good way to go about doing that is to create something and to tag them on it. Whether it's fan art, whether it's a post about them, something that you kind of show that you're inspired by them and you're tagging them so that they can see that inspiration. Video number 2 is at that spot because most of you guys are sending boring text messages. You're not creating engaging conversations that your crushes want to be a part of. Instead, you're just asking very basic questions. What are those basic questions and the mistakes you're making? This video tells you what it is. Asking someone something like, hey, random question, what's your favorite animal? Or you won't believe what happened to me when I got home from school today is a good way to kind of inject a little bit of curiosity on their part into that conversation. And it totally beats out the boring and simple, hey, how you doing today? And number 1 on this list, of all the videos I've put out in 2019, this has been the most watched. And that is how to start an interesting text conversation with your crush. If you're starting conversations that just aren't fun, aren't engaging, aren't piquing their interest, if you're only sending them big blocks of text that don't really lead to anything, you need to change up how you're texting them. And as most people have left comments and liked the video and interact with it have said, the things I say in this video work. So this one is definitely one you need to watch. For example, let's say the 2 of you share a class together. So you both have to do the same homework, take the same test, deal with the same teacher. You might want to start that conversation by making a joke about the teacher or saying that homework sucks and ask them if they did it yet. Having that kind of baseline where the 2 of you can connect over something is going to probably get a response from them, but you don't want to just leave it there. That's the problem that most people make. And although 2019 has been a pretty good year for the channel, that doesn't mean it's been the easiest year for you. I know you've dealt with your fair share of hardships and struggles this year, times where you felt in over your head, which is why I think you should definitely check out the playlist right over here. Those are the top 10 videos of 2019. Those are going to help get you up to speed and prepared for the new 2020 year. Also, if you want to become a patron of mine to talk to me every single month through video chat, just to talk about what's going on in your life, to come up with a strategy plan, or just to have someone to talk to, Patreon is the best way to do it. Check out the link there. And on that note, guys, I will catch you next time. As always, love and peace.